Hi, this is Eugenia, and on this episode of Morning Musings, I'd like to talk about taking inventory of your life and how important it is sometimes to look back and see where you're at, what you've accomplished. There's different ways that you can do it. A lot of people do it around New Year's, which is great. I think a birthday is a great thing, is a great way to kind of reflect on the year past, but there's actually an opportunity to do it on a regular basis. I find when the seasons change, like right now we're changing from the summer to the fall, and it's a great opportunity to take stock of the kind of what happened, where you're at, and where you're going. As the seasons change, so do kind of the way we adjust to the changing climate, to the change in the nature, and kind of our cycle, our sort of natural cycle, like physically how we feel changes as well. So this is a great opportunity to take stock of what happened throughout the summer and kind of how you're stepping into the fall. What you need to let go of, what you need to take forward, and what you need to bring in to support you throughout the new season. So for me, for example, in the summer, my routine is a little more flexible. It's a little more easygoing because there's so much time we can spend outside. There's so much more flexibility in what you can do. You can go for a swim, you can go for a walk. In the Canadian climate, winters are a lot colder, so there's a lot less that we can do. And I find as things are, the weather is changing towards a colder weather, there's things that I can adjust in my routine. So I can still go swimming. I love swimming in the cold lake, but those are going to be shorter swims. I can still go for a walk, but it's going to be, kind of like a slightly different routine. I might not do it as often as I did in the summer. Also, I find that what I eat changes as well. With my constitution, I find I need warmer foods, I need more nourishing foods as the weather is changing. And I really feel it in my body, especially on now as the weather is changing into the colder, more windy season and more rain in the fall. I really feel that I need more nourishing foods and a little bit denser, such as soups and stews. Maybe not as much as I would in the winter, but I'm starting to reintroduce them back into my life. And also doing, certain practices of looking after my bones and so on. So taking stock and kind of looking back at what happened throughout the summer, what were the things that I was proud of, what were the things I accomplished, what were the things I enjoyed, and kind of really thinking back to those moments is important for me, and also acknowledging how, what the summer was about. I think if we take into account kind of doing this practice from time to time, or on a seasonal basis at least, we get a chance to really reflect and remember and kind of really tune into what we've experienced instead of just kind of moving on. Because if we don't get a chance to reflect, there's no wisdom or very little wisdom that we can get from that. So it's important to take the time and reflect on what happened, what are the lessons we've learned, and some other things. So taking inventory is something that I suggest as a practice. You can even do it every week if you want, if you have time, but doing it at least 4 times a year, and once on your birthday as well, so that brings us to 5, is something that probably each one of us can do or find the time for. It doesn't have to be an elaborate exercise, but really thinking back to kind of what this season was about, what was the overall feeling, what were the things that you enjoyed, what were some of the surprises, what were some of the disappointments. It will allow you to take stock, but also understand kind of how you want to move forward. Because without looking back and reflecting, we don't always know or how to move forward, or we don't always have sort of the tools or the instruments, or we don't have the awareness. So taking inventory, something that each one of us can do, and I definitely suggest it. What can you think about, moving forward into the fall? And what did you enjoy about the summer? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want to take forward? What do you want to change as we're moving into the fall? Wishing you all the best in the fall season. Thank you for watching.